Hi everybody, this is Christina from Brush and Bristle Studio. I'm going to show you how to use the 12-ounce Kids Sippy Mockup today. First off, you're going to need to use this in Photoshop. In the later half of this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use it in Photopea. These are really the only two programs you can use my mockups in. But we're going to go ahead and dive in. And once you have it open in Photoshop, you'll see these 3 tabbed layers that are in red. These are going to be your smart object layers. So you're going to double click on this little thumbnail right here, and it's going to open up your smart object. So now you're going to navigate to the file that you want to mock up. Let's do this one. And now you're going to want to copy this and paste it into that smart object document. In order to do that, you can do it a couple ways. You can either hit Control A to select all of it, or you can get this little marquee tool right here and drag and drop, and you'll see the marching ants all around the document. So now you want to copy it, and you can do that by either pressing Control C or go to Edit and Copy. Once you do that, you can close this one, and you're back in your smart object document now. So you can hit Control V to paste it, or go up to Edit and hit Paste. Once that's in here, you can save it, but if it's not sized right, you can do free transform. So to do that, you hit either Control T to get these little anchor points, or you can go to Edit, Free Transform, and you'll get those anchor points again. So with the anchor points, you just grab it and you just hold the mouse button until you get it where you want it, and then you can drop it. And once it's sized right, you hit Control S or go File, Save. Now we go over to the main file, and you're going to see that all of the mockups have been updated at once. So I make all my mockups with the one-click change feature. So if you guys need it like one at a time, let me know. I've had to do that with some other mockups before. It's not that big of a deal to do, but I'm all about efficiency. So let me know if you need that, but they're set up as the one-click change. So now that you have all of them set up in here, you can go change a couple things. I've got Tumblr's shadows and highlights are hiding in here, and you can just hover over whichever one you want to mess with. I would not mess with the blending options on these, because it could mess with the look. Like sometimes the shadows, if you use the wrong blending option, can change the coloring of the design in a not very pleasant way. So I would leave those as they are, but you can always mess with the opacity and the fill to make something brighter or darker. So like the highlights, instead of 18, take that up. That's very, very bright. So we don't need that to be that bright, but that option's available for you, and you can do that on all of these. I tried to make these as flexible as possible so you guys could really tailor them to how you want them to look. So you can do that with those. I've also got the bottom shadows. Now these are individual shadows, so if you want to move if you want to move the Tumblr shadow down or up, you can. You can also come up here and mess with the opacity and fill to make it darker or lighter. And then I had some other people that messaged who wanted these to look a little more realistic. with some of the shadowing and the highlights and stuff. So I added this extra highlights and shadows. So if you toggle that on, it kind of helps add a little bit more realism to it. So you can mess with these by double clicking on these, and then you can drag it and drop it wherever you want. But I would be very careful with this because, as you see, it can really influence the design, and you don't want to mess up your design, misrepresent it in the mock-up, I guess is the best way to say that. So that's really all I've got on here for this mock-up in Photoshop. I will be back in just a minute to go over a couple little things in Photopea. Okay guys, so for this next part of the tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the mockup in Photopea. To use Photopea, you're going to need a web browser, so you can use it on your PC or any smart device that has a web browser. And go to photopea.com, and then you can go to Open from Computer and open the file. Now, Photopea is 100% free. You don't need to make an account. You don't have to do anything like that. It is very similar to Photoshop. There are a lot of tools that are available in this that aren't available in a lot of other programs, like Affinity. You can't use my mockups in Affinity, unfortunately, because they don't have the warp tools that I use to get the wraparound effect. But Photopea does have that. So this is going to be very, very similar to the Photoshop portion of the mockup tutorial. So I'm not going to go over too much. The only thing that's a little bit different is with the smart objects. So if you double click on the smart object file right here, it's going to open it up, and we're going to act like we're opening up the file that we want to put here, but instead of hitting open, you're going to want to hit open in place. We're going to go find the file that we want. And see, it already copied and pasted for you, so you don't have to deal with any of that. And it's already set in free transform mode, so if it's not sized how you needed it, you're already in that mode. So once you have it sized how you need, hit that check mark and hit Control S to save, or go to File and save Smart Object. Smart Object updated. You go over and you've got it right there. So it's a little bit different than Photoshop with that, with what you're doing right there, but it's not too crazy. Everything else is exactly the same. So I'm not going to go over any of that other stuff. But if you have any questions or need help with anything, please feel free to reach out to me, leave a comment, but for this video, I'm always happy to help.